In today's video, we are going to make this fantasy game website. We're going to design it in Figma, we're going to bring it to life using MidJourney, and then we're going to turn it into a functioning website using Framer. Let's get right to it. Okay, so first things first, let's head over to Figma and then let's create a frame, and we're going to go MacBook Pro 14. Let's go down here to layout guide and we'll go columns, 12 column grid, 16 here, 64 margin. What are we trying to build here? Let's head over to ChatGPT. Give me a fantasy game concept website about a game that involves the gate to hell in some way. ChatGPT comes back with name, Infernum's Gate, H1, Step Beyond the Gate, subtitle, what's a good Google font pairing for this? And it comes back with these suggestions here. So let's head over to MidJourney and then let's give it this prompt here. Hellgate, massive demonic entrance, volcanic rock, fire and lava, some kind of big portal. And then that's going to be the basis of our game concept. MidJourney comes back with these 4 images here. So we've got this one, which is really cool. And then we have this one, which has a bit more color in it. And I think we'll go with this. What we're going to do is we're going to upscale this. We'll just go down here to this and we'll just click subtle. And now you can see it's a lot more higher res. There's a lot more detail in there. But I think we can use this in some way too. So I'm going to upscale this as well. And then I'm also going to upscale this one. And then now we have our 3 high-res images to build out our concept. Right click on this and we're going to copy that, and then we're going to take that into Figma. Something like that, a big hero image that we are going to animate later on. But let's just get that positioned somewhere in the center for now. Okay, so let's start getting some stuff down on the page. Now let's just do a little logo real quick. So Infernum's Gate. And then the font that ChatGPT suggested was this one, Infernum's Gate. So for this logo, I want to make some kind of gate symbol that goes with it. So what we could actually do is let's duplicate this and then we'll delete everything apart from the F. We'll go up here and then we'll go flatten, which is going to turn that into just a shape. Now, if we hold Alt and duplicate that out, Shift and H to flip it around, look at this. We can just slide it together. And doesn't that kind of look like a gate? It looks like something. Let's take that together and then we'll go union and then we'll scale this up a little bit and we'll put this beside here. Maybe something like this. And then we'll just get that positioned beside there. Now ain't that just a quick logo, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of that. We're just going to call it Infernum because why not? We'll get these both together, we'll open our grid, and then we'll get this positioned over here on the top left. ChatGPT recommended this for our navigation, so let's use some of this. Go up here, we'll go world, duplicate that out, we'll go heroes, we'll maybe just go bosses, and then maybe media. We'll click on all of these and then we'll make that an auto layout, and then we'll make the gap between them like 32 or something like that. Let's use the body font for these that ChatGPT recommended, which is Merriweather, and we'll just change them so they're not all caps. And then there we've got just a very simple navigation. For this top section on the right, we want to add in some social icons. So I think Discord and let's say Facebook. Copy these and then we'll paste these over. Resize this down so it's about 24. And then we'll go Shift and A to make that an auto layout. And then let's give this a stroke. And let's go here. So let's go into this setting here. And then we're going to go brush. Maybe not that one. Maybe this one. And then let's just bump up the weight slightly. And then let's reduce the opacity to say 20%. And then there, we've got a little social icon. So let's duplicate that. We'll take that, that, and that. And we'll make these all centered. And then we'll get them positioned 32 pixels from the top. Almost done with the header now, but let's take this rectangle and we'll run this along. And then we'll go gradient like this. And then we'll go black to black. But on one of these, we'll go like that. And then let's reduce the opacity of that. And that's just going to give us a bit more contrast over the background image. Without it, with it. Without it, with it. Okay, so now for the H1, let's take our logo and then we'll just duplicate this down and then we'll resize this up. Honestly, not a big fan of any of these, but let's just take this one, for example. It's quite long and that font is also quite hard to read when it's like that. Okay, let's go with no H1. We'll go up here and then we'll get our icon. We'll scale that up. We'll have that somewhere just like that in the center. We'll take this subtitle from ChatGPT, the ancient seal is breaking. We'll copy that and then we'll paste that in just underneath in the center. And we'll make a button. So let's grab this navigation link. We'll take this down and we'll go Shift and A. And then let's give it a fill of, we'll just use that. This will go black. We'll go size 24. And then on the auto layout, we could go something like this, 24, and then let's say 16. Let's go here to stroke, and then let's give this a similar treatment to what we did for these icons up here. So we'll go brush, give it a stroke that is the same color, and then this is just going to make our button a little rougher around the edges, which is going to match our theme. We'll change the color of our button to something like this so it stands out more against our icon, and then let's position this underneath. We don't even need a big H1 for this. This button is what's important. Let's go down here. We'll open our grid and then let's make 3 call to actions down here. So we'll use 4 columns of our grid there, 4 columns there and here. And then let's give these a fill so we know where they are. So we've already got something looking visually quite interesting, but let's head back into MidJourney and get some more assets to work with. So I'm going to give it this prompt here, a truly epic scene of a paladin of unstoppable force fighting against an army of demons. MidJourney comes back with these 4 images here. So let's have a look. We got this, we got this, this, and this. We're going to use all of the colored ones, so let's just copy this and then we'll paste these and then we'll expand out the page like so. Take these, make them a little bigger, take this down here and then let's just say something like new max level, make this 16 and we'll position that just like this. And let's try this real quick. So we're going to grab one of our Fs and then let's flatten that like we did before. And let's do this. So let's do this quickly. We'll get a rectangle and we'll go like this. And then we'll get another one and we'll go like that. And then what we want to do is we want to go up there and go subtract because we just want to slice it. We want to get something like this. We'll duplicate this. We'll go like that. Go like that. And then we'll duplicate that down, flip that around, flip it this way. And there's an arrow. There's a custom arrow that we just made. So let's select that and then we'll go union and then let's scale this down and then we're going to position that somewhere here. So we've got something like this. Now these little touches with the arrows and using little parts of the logo, it all helps tie in with the theme. And this is where you can make a design really stand out. The user might not even notice it, but they should feel it in some way. Let's grab another one of these big images that we have in MidJourney. Let's go with this one. We'll copy that. And then we'll make a new section underneath our hero. We'll scale this down. We'll grab our other image from MidJourney and then we'll paste this in. And then this could act as some kind of video. And then we can just duplicate our header for the purpose of this and just make a very basic footer. Now, in case you're wondering, I added some finishing touches to this. So I didn't like how tight the hero image was looking. So I took it into Photoshop and then using the generative fill. So basically, what you can do is you can just go like this and then you can invert your selection. You can go down here to generative fill. If you click that, it can expand your image like this and give you some options. So that's what we had before. This is what we have now. The image that we have, we can actually scale down a little bit to reveal more of the image. And so sometimes that helps just kind of tidy up the composition or just give you more options to work with. And that's what I did in this case here. And then I also headed over to Higgsfield AI and then I went onto their video tool and I turned the background image into this video. Basically, I just gave it this prompt here. No camera movement, centered on a massive ancient hellcarved blah, 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 blah. And then so once you've got your design completed in Figma, you've got your video assets ready to go, it's time to turn it into a responsive website. And for that, I use Framer. Now, this is not a sponsored video in any way, but Framer is just generally what I use. So I'll click on my frame and then I'll go down here to plugins and then I'll search Framer. And I do this here, Figma to HTML. You go copy to clipboard and then you can paste it directly into a Framer project. Now this will require some clicking around to make it responsive. This isn't a one-click approach to it just being a fully responsive website, but with some minor clicking around in a matter of minutes, you can turn your design into a fully responsive website to look something like this. And so that's the start to finish process of just coming up with a cool concept in Figma, generating images with MidJourney and animating them, and then turning them into a fully responsive website. If you guys liked this video, hit the like button. If you also want to get the template for this file, there's a link for that in the description on my paid Patreon.